Welcome to Celtics Today by Chat Sports. I am Will Scott. Today's show all about Celtics preseason winners and losers. We're 3 games into the preseason now, a 4-game preseason schedule. So we're going to talk about who's kind of separated themselves thus far and maybe the guys that haven't really done that. But first, go down, like the video if you are pumped about the season being less than a week away. We are 5 days away from the start of the Celtics season. A lot to look forward to. I'm pumped. I think you're pumped as well. If you are, go down, hit the thumbs up icon, like the video. Let's talk about what the Celtics have done so far this preseason. Their lone loss was in overtime against the Raptors on October 5th. They dismantled the Charlotte Hornets 134-93 in their preseason opener and then beat Charlotte again the other day 112-103. Their final preseason game is tomorrow in Toronto, or I should say, technically it's a road game at Toronto, but the game will be played in Montreal as part of the NBA Canada Series. A guy I'm excited to watch tomorrow night is this guy. Sam Hauser has been absolutely outstanding this preseason. And keep in mind, he really struggled in the 2 summer league games he played in, but in the preseason, he has been awesome to watch. Here's what he's done. So in the first game against Charlotte, he put up 14 points, 4 of 5 from three-point range, and then against the Raptors the next game was even better. 22 points, 5-8 from three-point range. A little bit colder against the Hornets, but still on October 7th, but still a pretty solid game. 9 points, 4 rebounds, 3 three-pointers made. When you combine all the numbers, this is what that looks like. 15 points per game in the 3 games. 3 rebounds per game. 60% from three-point range. And then he's had a pretty big role on this team in the preseason. 23.2 minutes per game. Sam Hauser might be him. He might be that guy, pal. He might be that guy with what he's done in the preseason. And it's pretty clear that Brad Stevens and this coaching staff as well really believe in this guy. And with Danilo Gallinari out, maybe Sam Hauser can be that guy at the 4 that can come off the bench and shoot. I'm really excited about Hauser. We saw the potential in limited time with Boston last season. He's going to be in Boston full-time this year. I think he's going to be really good for this Celtics team. The question is, will Fiondu Kabengele have a chance to be in Boston full-time? He signed a 2-way contract, was arguably the Celtics MVP in the Summer League, and he's also been very good in the preseason. And when you're a guy like Kabengele, you have to do everything you can to separate yourself from some of the other guys vying for a opening day roster spot. I really like what Kabengele has done, not only in the Summer League, but also in the Celtics preseason, putting up pretty impressive performances night in and night out. He's also looked very good in practice as well. I really like what Mfiondu Kabengele has brought to the table here for the Celtics. Now, will he start the season with Boston? Type Y for yes or type N for no down in the comment section. 2 preseason games, 7 points per game, 1.5 rebounds per game, 75% field goal percentage, 12 minutes per game for Mfiondu Kabengele. Type Y for yes, type N for no. It is the pinned comment on today's video. So when ad break comes, go down, let me know what you think. Is Kabengele going to start the season with Boston? Type Y, or Maine? Type no. All right, here we go. Noah Vonleh has been a very pleasant surprise for the Celtics in the preseason. Also in practice, he's been impressive. Here's what he's done. So in that first game against Charlotte, we saw some potential with him. 7 points, 9 rebounds, just 3 minutes, though, in the next game against Toronto. But then he started the game, the last game against the Hornets, 14 points, 4 rebounds, in 31 minutes. A guy on a training camp deal started the game. I was really impressed with what I saw from Noah Vonleh. I think Noah Vonleh is going to make this team, guys. I really do. And when we were talking about this before training camp started, but of the 3 training camp deal guys, Caboclo, Layman, and Vonleh, said one is going to make the team. It's going to be Noah Vonleh. He separated himself from Jake Layman. Bruno Caboclo was cut a couple weeks back. Guys, you can bet on the Celtics all season long if you go to chatsports.com/bet and use that promo code, chat125. If you do, you're going to get a 125% deposit bonus. Chatsports.com/bet, that promo code. The Celtics right now, and producer Nick Roloff's a little bit surprised that we're still the title favorites, tied with the Golden State Warriors, both plus 600. The Nets are a little bit high for me, man. Plus 650, come on. Clippers plus 650 as well. The Bucks plus 700. So Nick Roloff's Miami Heat aren't even on the board here. You love to see it. Go bet on the C's plus 600. Chatsports.com/bet. Promo code chat 125. Next winner here is Jaylen Brown. Not a surprise, he's played well, but he's played even better than I expected to play in the preseason. You know, guys like JB, it's like they're superstars. They don't really care about the preseason, let's be honest, but he has played exceptional in the preseason. Here's what he's done: 22 points per game, 4.7 rebounds per game, assists per game, and then a 57.9% from three-point range, a 59% mark field goal percentage for Jaylen Brown. He has been fantastic. I think he's going to have a special year. And, you know, we've talked about Jason Tatum potentially having an MVP caliber year. Don't forget about JB. Instead of like Tatum being Batman and JB being Robin, I feel like we have two Batmans on the Celtics team right now. Jaylen Brown's going to be awesome this year. In fact, I think he's going to have the best season of his career this season in Boston. Guys, we're fast approaching 14,000 subscribers. We need about 250 more, 260 to be exact. Go down, subscribe to the channel, help us get to 14,000, because with the season coming up, you want to stay in the loop with Celtics news. We're going to have you covered with all Celtics news and rumors. Joe Mazzulla is my next winner here, and the reason for that is because he took over, you know, a difficult situation with the Ime Udoka scandal. Here he is coming in. He had never even been a top assistant coach. He was, you know, third on the Celtics bench last year behind Ime and Will Hardy. So Mazzulla's come in, and I know it's early. I know we haven't even played a regular season game yet, but the team is, the team has bought into him and has played really well throughout the preseason. I really like Joe Mazzulla. I believe in Joe Mazzulla. My confidence level has actually gone up after these first three preseason games. What is your confidence level in Joe Mazzulla? Scale it 1 to 100 down in the comment section, or 1 to 10 down in the comment section. Go down and let me know. For me, it's like a 9. I have a lot of confidence. I think he's going to bring the Celtics the title. Let's get into my 3 losers now, beginning with Jake Layman. I just said earlier that Noah Vonleh has separated himself from some of the other guys on training camp deals. One of those guys is Jake Layman. He just hasn't been that great. I have not been that impressed with Jake Layman. He hasn't really had an impact in any of the 3 preseason games, which is not like a total shock. You know, I wasn't really expecting him to do a whole lot in the preseason, and he certainly hasn't done that much. Here's what he has done: 4 points per game, 2 assists per game, 1 rebound per game, and he's got a decent amount of playing time, though, but he just has not been able to make the most of it. Luka Samanic is my next loser here, and this was a pretty, easy decision to put him on this list because Luka Samanic is no longer a member of this Boston Celtics team. Jared Weiss confirming that earlier this week. The Celtics are waiving Luka Samanic. Sources tell the Athletic NBA Samanic is expected to join the Maine Celtics in the G League. So, Luka, you're no longer on Boston, but we'll see in Maine. Maybe he'll play well in Maine and get another shot with the C's here. J.D. Davison rounds out my list here. I've been a little bit disappointed with his lack of production, his lack of minutes in the preseason. Here's what he's done: 2 points per game, 2.5 assists per game, 0.5 rebounds per game, 6.1 minutes per game for J.D. Davison. We'll see what he's made of in Maine. I mean, I don't really see a world where he starts the season in Boston, so he'll go to Maine on that 2-way contract. He'll eventually be back up with Boston, and if he plays well in Boston, he'll probably stay in Boston. But I want to see him play well in Maine. It's going to be a good place for him to start his professional career, get a lot better, develop, then come back up to Boston eventually. Biggest disappointment this preseason. Who do you think was the biggest disappointment? Go down in the comments section. Let me know. Was it J.D. Davison? Was it somebody else? Let me know what you think down in the comments section. And be sure to subscribe to the channel. Again, the season 5 days away. We're going to have you covered with all Celtics news and rumors throughout the season.